Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Atria's PNC Park, right here at the ballpark across the Clemente Bridge. Look for Roberto and Willie Stargell statues. You can't miss us. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I got Smokin' Jim Frazier with me. I want to thank Bethel Park for letting us venture out of the community. We're seen on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. We're also seen on Verizon 32 all over the Pittsburgh area. Just tune into us. We have a steady block of time every Tuesday through Saturday night, 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock. This show will be rebroadcast on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock and 4 other times during the week. So stay tuned to our show. We just hit a brand new high on Facebook, 6,111 likes in 3 years. So I'm pretty proud of that. We got a lot of sports to talk about. We got guests. We got boxers. I got a friend coming up to talk to us. We're going to talk some sports with her. And we do a segment called What's on Your Mind? Now, I stopped at Skeet Service Station. He's the advertiser. He's the sponsor of What's on Your Mind. And I was there today, and he told me a story. He works on all gas, cars, vehicles, equipment, you name it. Whatever runs on gas, he can fix it. He said, hey, talking machine, we just had a tractor in here, and we bent the exhaust pipes for it. We got a professional thing for doing that. So we made pipes for a tractor. So if you you're listening to this out in the sticks, go to Skeet Service Station in Finleyville. It's not far from where I live, 7 miles, and it's easy to find, right on Route 88. You can't miss it in Finleyville. Skeet Service Station, look for the American flag. And he sponsors What's on Your Mind, and we're going to start that right now. Smokin' Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Big hand for photographer Frank Fabus in the house. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because the only burger I like better than a Roethlisberger is the Talking Machine Big Mouth Burger. We got a birthday shout out to Miss Allegheny County, America. Next year she'll be Miss Pennsylvania, and pretty soon Miss America. Big hand for birthday girl Sindell Taylor in the house. You know, over the years, I was fortunate to do a lot of newspaper interviews. I did a newspaper interview with Iron Mike Tyson, Paul Spadafora, Charles Barkley, Marcus Allen, Antonio Brown, Earl Lloyd, who was the first black player in NBA history. But I am honored. The biggest honor of my life is going to come on Saturday, July 30th. I'll be the boxing announcer for the historic boxing event between Team Cuba and Team Pittsburgh on the Roberto Clemente Bridge.
Wow, what an honor.
Cuba's known for having some of the greatest baseball players and even greater boxing. But let me tell you about the Pittsburgh fighters. Fighters from Pittsburgh will fight anybody, anywhere, at any time. They don't care if you're from the north side, the south side, Ireland, Russia, or Cuba. They ready to get it. We are the city of champions. The Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are led by Garrett Cole, McCutcheon, Cervelli, David Frazier, and Josh Cool Papa Bell. Listen, this is the best Pittsburgh Pirate team since Willie Stargell. This is the best team since Roberto Clemente. This is the best team since Bill Mazeroski. This is the best team since Manny Sanguin. This is the best team since Richie Hebner. Look here, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're going to celebrate a parade on the Roberto Clemente Bridge as world champions.
Smoking Jim, I'm shocked on two things. That meeting with Jimmy Cvetic must have worked out pretty well. Congratulations on announcing the fights. But the disclaimer I have to give each time is he's an NFL scout and a Steelers scout. He didn't know what baseball was until he joined Pittsburgh Sportsline. He didn't even know there's 162 games. Everything he said before is only for your entertainment. And it's for people on TV to go, boy, that Smoking Jim doesn't know anything about baseball. Because the names he threw out, they're all stars. They won in the 70s. The last time we won a World Series was when, Smoking Jim?
79.
He got lucky. We've talked about that on the show a few times.
Pie trainer.
Smoking Jim, you wouldn't know him if you saw him. You still think Babe Ruth's looking over us. What's on my mind is, first I want to do a little public announcement for Rev 'em Up for Kids. This is on July 30th, also Smoking Jim. It's at South Park Fairgrounds. It's a great event. It's for our recreation league in Bethel Park and the football, junior football. They raise a lot of money. They got a lot of entertainment. They have cars from the early 1900s to you name it. I even sat in a DeLorean 3 years ago, so it's pretty cool with the stuff that they have out there. Jim Gaskeb is in start of that, and just wanted to put that out. I got his flyer. And on a sad note, I'm always sponsoring Joey Fabus. He's a child who died before his 9th birthday with DIPG. It's a form of brain cancer. And I just wanted to see there's before and after photos of him. And it's just a horrific disease. I sponsor it and help them the best way that I can. And I always end the show with Stay Joey Strong. And it's trying to find a cure for this cancer. Last year they donated $50,000 to the doctor to do research. So it's some fantastic things that they're doing in public here. So donate $1, Joey Cancer Fabus Foundation. If you find it, $1, $2, whatever you have, or volunteer time for their events. They got a lot of events coming up in the near future. We'll have more leaflets on that. So what's on my mind is it's great to be a Pirate fan seeing them come back. There's no reason to clap. They're 7.5 games out of first place. They did come back. They won 2 out of 3 with the Cubs. They looked pretty good and almost beat them again. And they're also 5 games out of the wild card, Smoking Jim. Now, Smoking Jim's notorious for being against the wild card in baseball. We're not going to even discuss it because he's done a 180-degree flip here on how they're getting in through a wild card position. So we'll see about that. I'm all in with the Buccos coming back. Players are getting healthy. Josh Bell, on his 4th pitch, hit his grand slam, and he's supposed to go back to the minor leagues. So we'll see what happens there. We've got a lot of young players that are major league caliber now. We need the pitching to last a little longer. The starting pitching doesn't last more than a few innings right now, so we're hurting there. The bullpens come back a little bit. This is baseball. That's enough talk of that. We got some great guests coming up, and we're going to start that right after I'm done with this. My first guest is a longtime friend of mine. I reconnected with her about 4 years ago and her husband. I was reminiscing about her husband. His nickname is Zook. In 1974, I was 18 years old. And my dad said, these guys want to go to an all-star game. It's in Pittsburgh. I had the greatest time at an all-star game with the 4 guys that I went. Zook is one of them. I just thought about it again because the all-star game is tomorrow. And it was a great game at Three Rivers Stadium. We were so far up, we could touch the top of the stadium there. And there was a flagpole in our way. And somebody kept yelling down, "We need all-star Cokes up here." And I'll leave the story there for another day. Carolyn, will you come up now?
Thank you, Al.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, I'll have to hold the mic, and
Okay.
I'll pass it back and forth so we can use it here. And we'll smile at the camera. One more. Thank you. Tell them your name.
My name is Carolyn LaQuatra.
And I wanted to bring you up to talk some sports. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I can talk about, I've never played an organized sport in my life until
Yes.
I was 27. And a friend asked me to join a softball team. So I decided, she said, "You want to play?" Of course I'm going to play. I have no idea how to play a sport.
Did you know which way to run around the bases?
I did.
Okay.
I did. That became my forte. But anyway, the team was a great team. It was a lot of very attractive women. We weren't really the greatest team, but we had so much fun.
I think I saw a couple of those games.
Yes, you did. And
There was a lot of fun going on.
there was. And it was coached, of course, by one of your friends who took you to the All-Star game,
Zook.
Zook. And at any rate, I was not known for my batting skills. I was good for running, but batting not so much. But I did manage to hit a squeeze bunt and turn it into an inside the infield home run. So
An inside the infield home run. Now that's a shocker.
it was a shocker, but I ran to first, and the girl overthrew the ball to the first baseman. So I ran to second, they overthrew second. I ran to third, they overthrew that. I went home, and I scored.
Good for you. Where else can you hear stories like a non-athlete getting an inside the infield home run?
I tell you, it was witnessed by another one of your former press colleagues, so he can verify my story.
Okay, well, I need a couple sources. With Smokin' Jim, I'm now up to 17 sources because he doesn't tell the truth.
Oh, okay. You need 17.
So
Okay.
with you, 2 will be fine.
Oh, thank you. It was a great time. It was a great time to play sports. And, you know, for me, having started at the age of 27, it really gave me the incentive to afterwards coach young women to teach them how to compete on a plane.
And where did you coach at?
In Crafton. Crafton.
out.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I'm digging deep here.
Yes, it was a great time. The team that we had became the All-Stars. Or, well, they won their division. They won, within. They won the championship that year. So that were the girls we coached.
Wow, what a coach you are.
Thanks. It was fun. They were,
bet.
they were eager to learn, and
What age?
they ranged in age from 10 to 15, I believe, right?
That's fantastic.
It was a wide age spread, but they really did well, and I did instill in them the ability you can compete on the field against that person, and you can dislike them while they're playing the game, but when you walk off the field, you're friends. It doesn't go any further. It's a game.
Sure.
So it was a great time. I learned a lot.
Did you? And how long did you coach?
We coached about 3 or 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. It was.
I'll bet. And then I wanted to bring up something. You were doing business with a Steeler over the years, and I'd like to bring up his name because I'm friends with him too. His name's Franco Harris, and I've just seen him about 3-4 months ago.
Yes. How we met initially was we both served on the board of directors at the Easter Seal Society. And the Easter Seals Society were required to put on a telethon that year. The year was 1978, and they hired me to produce the telethon, and Franco was the co-host along with Roy Fox from KDKA.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, so that's how Franco and I began to work together, and then as I went to different charities, he would assist me with whatever fundraisers we would have.
Oh, that's super because I saw you at plenty of them, and he was right around there.
Yes, and he's such a generous person. It's so warm-hearted and truly, sincerely caring.
Right. People say a lot of things against him, but he's truly a great guy with doing things with the community and helping others.
Always, Always. You know, he's never bothered by people asking him for autographs. You see him do the kindest things without being prompted to do it.
Right, right. He knows the right things to do.
Yes, yes.
I'm friends with him because I don't talk sports with him.
It's probably a nice thing.
Most athletes that I meet that are superstars, I'm unlike Smoke and Jim. I don't ask for their autograph, and I don't talk a lot about sports and what they just did because they told everybody else. I ask what they do in charity and other things in the community, and he likes that.
Yes, because he's so involved with so many things, you know, with the Pittsburgh Promise and all the charities. And
Hey, and he even bought the Crawford Grill. He's a partner with the old Crawford Grill, and there's rumors that could be up in business in the next year or two.
that would be fabulous. I did not know that, but I knew he owns the Pittsburgh Passion, or co-owns.
Yeah, he's a co-owner with Teresa Kahn, who we're friends with, who won 2 in a row, like I predicted, and they lost this year, but they did pretty well.
Yeah, so I mean, he's so involved, you know, with Pittsburgh. It's almost as if he's there. He walks on water here.
Yes.
He does. Truly.
He does. Even though the Joe Pa thing, that was just loyalty there, and we'll leave that for another day.
Yes, and you know, if nothing else, at least he's principled, and he sticks up for what he believes in, and if he believes it, then he sticks with it, and you have to admire it.
I admire it and give him a lot of credit for that.
Me too. I really do.
Any other subject you'd like to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know. I have a business. Would you like to talk about that?
I'd like to do a shameless promotion about your business because it's nearby. Tell them where it's at.
Okay, it's nearby in Bellevue. It's about 5-6 miles from here on Lincoln Avenue. It's called the Bellevue Business Center.
What's the address?
512 Lincoln Avenue. My business model is that of a FedEx Kinko's or the UPS store, so it's notary, copy, print, fax, scan, ship, without the franchise fee.
It's a nice store. I was there when you first opened it. I have to come back.
Okay, come back. It really is. It's a great store. I've met so many people that I never imagined I would ever meet. I met a young woman today from Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Madagascar. I have. I've had 3 former NFL football players in. You know, artists, musicians, dancers. I mean, such a wide variety of people in that little town.
And what's the phone number there?
Oh, 412-766-1725. So if you need a full-time notary, and I travel for your notary needs, if you have transportation issues, I'm happy to do that.
Please tell me that number again because I'm getting old and deaf.
412-766-1725.
Carolyn, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Al. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I've been corrected. You're the third.
But I had different middle, same initial. But I am
And this
the
is
third
too confusing. We're getting to boxing right now. You were quite the boxer.
one. Yes, sir.
You want to give me a little bit about your boxing history?
Yeah. I would fight. I live right in the middle. I live an hour from Pittsburgh, an hour from Ohio. And I'd fight mostly, I live in Pennsylvania, so I fight a lot of Pittsburgh tournaments. But non-tournament fights, boxing shows, is like I just travel between Ohio and Pittsburgh every other weekend, just keep switching or consistent one.
How did you do?
I feel like I did pretty well. I left my all in the ring every time. Didn't always get the decision, but things in life happen. Just keep going.
No, that happens. And now you're here. You're not boxing anymore. And what else? What do you do now?
Well, now I just I had therapy 3 to 5 days a week, and I just take life day by day, try to live the best I can. Honestly, I do try.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Do try to go church every weekend and just live a good life.
No, that's great. I just wanted to bring you up here because you're the main event after me.
Yes, sir.
And what boxer do you have with you?
Rosalindo Morales. Rosie Morales.
Okay, introduce them to come up. And
All
then
right.
we'll get rid of you.
All right. Rosie, come on up.
Thanks, Jack. Rosie, I've been a big fan of yours. Tell them your name.
Rosalindo Morales Jr.
Okay. How long have you been boxing?
Since I was 13 years old, so about 9 or 10 years.
That's pretty good. What got you into boxing?
My mother, actually.
What?
Yes, my mother. It's actually a crazy story.
Tell it. I want to hear it.
I was always into sports and always into watching the Rocky movies. And one day after basketball practice, my mother just took me down to the boxing gym because I asked her I wanted to start boxing.
Did you? Out of nowhere?
I just out of nowhere. And then before I knew it, there was a gym right down the street from the basketball court where we played basketball. Yeah. And I started ever since. Just started boxing ever since.
That's amazing. And you just love it?
Oh, I loved it ever since. Gave it my all. Sparred my first week there.
You're in great shape. I always see you in great shape.
Always. That's the most important.
Well, do you do road work?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because I ask a lot of boxers and they hesitate.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, you can't. You have to do road work. Have to do road work.
You must have watched Rocky enough times.
Yes.
Get to the top of the steps.
Right. More than once.
Yes. And I want to thank you for your service. Tell them what else you do.
I'm in the United States Marine Corps Reserves.
We thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How long have you been in?
3 years, and I have 3 years left, and possibly re-enlistment as well.
Sure, I can understand it. And let's see, Golden Gloves. Haven't you won a couple Golden Gloves?
It's quite a few, actually.
That's what I'm trying to hear. I'm starting modestly. I want to hear it.
I won probably 4 or 5 Golden Gloves for Western Pennsylvania, and I went to states 3 times. And this year I won states and went to nationals and stuff.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yes. So
congratulations on that. I'm so proud of you. It's great to know you and see what you've done.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And what was your experience like there at nationals?
It was a great experience. Got to meet a lot of new people, a lot of coaches from the east side of Pennsylvania.
Philly.
Yes, Philly.
When are we going to start beating them?
Hopefully now.
I like that.
Whenever. So.
Now's the time. I know we got a guest or 2 guests from Philly, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah. But it was a great experience other than that, and I enjoyed it.
No, that's great. And then what's with the fight coming up now?
I'm ready.
You're going to be on the bridge?
Yes, I'm training every day.
Right here on Clemente Bridge.
Roberto Clemente Bridge.
With Smoking Jim calling out
your
name.
I can't wait. It's going to be epic. It's going to be great.
You look in great shape.
Thank you.
And it's on the 30th.
July 30th.
You're getting ready to peak out then?
Oh, yeah. It's coming.
Well, I want to thank you for being a great guest.
Thank you very much.
You take care and good luck. I grew up in a sports family. From a very young age, I was exposed to sports in a great way. My uncle was on the first pro basketball team in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Ironmen. My cousins played baseball in the Army. I got to see them pitch at Fort Knox in Louisville, Kentucky. And my dad, of course, that was my hero. He was a basketball referee for over 30 years. Met a lot of great people. Have any of you ever heard of George Couples? He was a man who used to call our house and schedule my dad for City League basketball games. Just been a passion in my life. And as I got older, I found out about horses. And I ended up owning a stable. And I was asked to be on a sports show with Roger Houston called the Meadows Racing Network. Watching Roger Houston direct and even produce this show. And when we were done, I said, boy, that'd be something great. Maybe someday I could have a TV show. Back in 2011, I had a conversation with some friends about sports that piqued my interest in how could we start a sports talk show on TV. Well, I found out I could go to public access TV in Bethel Park and I'd be able to produce my own sports talk TV show. The great thing about doing 2 sports talk shows on BPTV is I can share my passion about sports with thousands of people every week. If you are passionate about something that you would like to share with the community, I encourage you to come to BPTV and produce a show like I do.
I'm Al Levine, volunteer producer of Pittsburgh Sportsline on BP TV.
Rather than just reading about history, why not see history in action? Perhaps no historical event that took place in western Pennsylvania has any more importance than the Whiskey Rebellion. Visit the Oliver Miller Homestead on Sunday, July 17th from 1:30 to 4:30 to learn why this event occurred, its importance in our history, and its outcome. Western Pennsylvania farmers in the late 18th century had little of value to sell back east to be able to purchase their needs, but their whiskey was the best. Monongahela rye became a prized purchase. When the federal government passed a tax on their whiskey, revenue agents came west to impose the writs that demanded the payment of this tax. William Miller, son of Oliver, resisted paying this tax or registering his still in far-off Philadelphia. Not only he, but nearby workers vigorously resisted the paying of the tax and reacted with marches, firing of rifles, and great anger toward the government. The situation escalated into occasional acts of violence and even more angry marches by the rebels. Learn more about these events and their outcome in a series of skits that will begin at 2:30 on the grounds. Admission to this special event is only $2. Learn more about this and our other events at www.olivermillerhomestead.org.
Welcome to the show.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We're doing great. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm just trying to live. That's all.
I'm glad you got out of Yankello's boxing ring for tonight.
Ooh, I got to sneak away from the gym a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you probably got to go back and drive back up there to get some work in.
Oh, always got to put that work in.
I understand how that is. When did you start boxing?
I started boxing when I was 16 years old. 16.
How long ago is that? 2 years ago?
Oh no, I know I got that baby face, but
Yeah.
I'm 22, man.
No way. Somebody check his ID.
Yeah, right.
No, that's good. What made you become a boxer?
Well, I always wanted to do it once when I was a kid, but I never could find the right gym. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows Raquan Kimbrough, right?
Yeah.
So my mom was talking.
We're friends with him.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And his wife.
So my mom was talking to them, and that's how I found out about Tommy's gym.
Yeah. He's great. They're great there. The Yankellas are something else.
Oh yeah, good work there. Good work. That's what he's
They
doing.
got some champions that have come out of that gym.
Yeah, right.
I see one right now.
Oh, he's developing.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing. How's your road work?
Oh, the word work. I increased it. Increasing my road work.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
You got some great talent out there. I've enjoyed watching you fight. Didn't you get a Golden Gloves?
Yeah, I wanted some westerns, but I went to states, but I didn't get the state this year.
No.
No state.
What happened?
Ooh, I slipped up on the road work.
Did you? Okay. Hey, that happened. You're an honest fighter. I like that.
Yeah.
How's it looking for Cuba?
Ooh, it's looking good for Cuba.
Yeah.
Definitely, I've definitely been working hard, doing a lot of drills, throwing a lot of punches. So hopefully,
Getting that good work in.
yeah, definitely good work, good sparring. I got Morgan Fitch with me, Ed Latimer.
The champ, Morgan Fitch.
Yeah, the champs. I got the champs. I'm doing good work. I work with my boy Paul Palumbo.
Whoa. How much do you weigh?
Right now I'm weighing 172, 170.
What are you going down to?
I'm fighting 178. I'm coming up. I'm coming to the big boys.
No way.
It's all here.
You know what? You're looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. That hard work's paying off.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the fight. If I can't make it, I got the best guy to report on it.
Ooh, yeah, Smoking Jim, man. He's the man.
He is. He'll be giving shout-outs left and right. Well, I want to wish you luck. Thanks for being on our show.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And take
Appreciate
care.
it. Thank you.
USS. Sorry I made that Philadelphia slip up, but this is Pittsburgh. You guys are still champs from all over coming into Pittsburgh, and I see you're fighting out of Pittsburgh now, and wanted to ask you a few things. What's going on? First, like what's going on with Kennedy?
Kennedy's doing well, man. Awesome. You know, she's back there.
Is she?
Yeah, she's back there.
Can we bring her up for a second? Please. Come on, Kennedy. We gotta bring her up. She had a transplant. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you know, she had the heart transplant.
Kennedy,
December.
right in front of your daddy.
Yeah.
Let me shake your hand. It's a pleasure to see you again. You look so healthy and strong.
Yep.
Tell us there, Steve.
She had the heart transplant December 2014, and we're just praising the Most High right now. You know, she's doing great.
I love her hair.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I was just talking
That
about
hair
her.
is just. I got it. My pick in my pocket.
Yeah. We're gonna go in there on that.
We're gonna get that.
Yeah. So she's doing well, man. We're, no rejection.
Good.
She's doing so well in Pittsburgh. Actually, you know, was the hospital that did the Children's Hospital was the one that
Exactly,
did
I
the
remember. We were
transplant.
all
So
about it.
because of that, you know, we decided to live here. You know, so we moved to Monroeville, and Pittsburgh is our home now. Yep, Monroeville. Pittsburgh.
That's the worst thing you could have said was smoking Jim. I'm deaf in this left ear. Now it's going to the right ear.
All right,
I'm
cool.
glad. Kennedy, you can go sit back. We'll talk with your dad a little bit. Now, what's happening in your career?
Just I came up short on my third title shot in April.
I saw
So you know, but
I like to talk about winners, but it's how you overcome that.
yeah, you know, I fought my heart out, tried to get the knockdowns, but I couldn't. So we're redirecting, going somewhere else. I'm going to be a 3-time world champion.
Are you?
I am. I will be. You know, we're
You are determined.
very determined. You know, that's my goal.
I like your style, and I wish you the best of luck on that. Now, I heard you have your son here who's fighting against Cuba.
Yep. Yeah, little Steve Jr.
Can we bring him up here and you just stay here, Dad?
Yep. No problem. Come on, man. Put the Pokemon game down.
Yeah. Come on with that game.
Pokemon app.
We'll make him stand. No, make him stand. You're the man. You stand next to your dad. All right, I got to ask you a couple questions. Tell us your name.
Steve Cunningham, Jr.
We better switch seats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's switch seats. He gets the seat. You're big enough. What weight are you?
117, 15.
How long have you been fighting?
Like, my whole life.
Out of the womb. You come out of delivery. We'll get this photo. Smile. He's going to get us a photo. So you've been fighting all this time?
Yep,
As long as you can remember.
pretty much.
What kind of road work are you doing? Because I saw you on the game over there. I don't think you're doing road work.
Almost 2-3 times a week, either go to the track or do a long distance run. So
2-3 times?
Sprints and then long distance. You know.
Okay. That's what I want to hear. Because I know you got some skills. I've seen you fight already.
yeah, been working on a lot of stuff ever since we came back from Cuba. Seen some stuff that we need to work on. So
Well, that's good. That's what you're supposed to do. Get ready for the 30th, right? You're peaking for that.
yep.
No, I wish you the best of luck. Anything else you want to say or say hi to anybody out there? Or?
No, I'm good.
Okay, you got the low profile. Go back to your game. What are you playing? Tell me one game. Tell me one game.
The game I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, Pokemon Go.
Okay. We got Porcupine Go. Now get out of here. Take care. sit down. Let me finish up with you. Are you helping to coach at all with other kids or anybody with this, or just your own?
Yeah. I'm I'm part of the coaching staff for Pittsburgh.
That's what I was trying to pull out of you
So,
before you leave.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm helping guys out at the gym, helping Wade out, Nehemiah. Anybody who needs help working the pads with them, giving them little pointers. You know, I went to Cuba also with them. And,
Oh, did you? I didn't know. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was beautiful. You know, me and my wife, we always wanted to go to Cuba, so we got an opportunity, enjoyed the people,
Yeah.
the culture, and learned a lot. But just watching those guys box for those few days.
Really? They got some good boxers?
They've got the best in the world, So I was down there, stealing with, with notepad.
You were scouting.
Yes.
All right. Now I know why you're in Monroeville. They do a lot of cheating there. And if I didn't say it once, they do a lot of cheating there. Now their teams have sucked lately, but they may get better.
All right, we'll see, man. Hopefully I can help with that. I don't know, somehow.
I think you can, just with the shape you're in and just your attitude. I love your positive attitude, and I know that's going to go through all the coaches and other players there too.
Yeah.
So, Steve, I wish you the best of luck. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care. All right, Wade, how are you?
I'm great. Great. How about yourself?
Tell them your name.
Wade Lipscomb II.
And tell them what you're doing.
Fighting the Cubans on the bridge on the 30th. Getting ready.
At what weight?
165, most likely.
You're looking in good shape.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
How's that road work coming?
Get it in. You have to. It's a part of boxing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. How long have you been boxing, Wade?
I've been in and out of the gym for 13 years now.
What got you started with it?
My dad playing Knockout Kings 2000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That got you into it.
Yeah.
So you had to go into a live gym.
Yep. Just decided.
What gym did you start at?
Pittsburgh Boxing Club. Actually, it was when we were at the Brookline Rec Center.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I go way back.
You do go back. No wonder I've seen you over the years when you were doing that in and out stuff.
Yeah, school came first. So it kind of.
Where'd you go to school?
Penn State.
How'd you do?
I did great. Petroleum engineer.
We got another engineer that's boxing. We have Canalina's another engineer.
Yeah.
And he's a boxer.
Yep.
He was doing that MMA stuff, and he figured he'd rather box and knock him out.
It's hard.
You're the same?
Yeah, it's hard to give up. Once you get in the gym, start training, it's like built in you. It just.
How old are you?
I'm 24. 24.
Wow. And you've been doing this about 13 years.
Yep, more than half my life.
That's what I'm adding up. I did pretty good on that ciphering.
Yeah. But now I'm a petroleum engineer for Range Resources, and I'm also a real estate agent for JKG Real Estate Services, and I'm a barber for Wade's Barbershop.
I like to do shameless promotions. He fired 3 right in on me. He saw what I do. Well, what I would like is the phone number for Wade's Barbershop.
412-242-9189.
And say that again.
412-242-9189.
I'm not letting you touch this. Zazu does that right in the middle of downtown Pittsburgh. My girl Mary Ann gave me this cut 2 weeks ago.
Oh, man.
So, how's that?
It works. It works.
Works for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just glad I have hair.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, you're too young to understand.
Yeah, I'm getting to that age. My brother and my dad kind of lost it early, so.
You got a nice hairline.
I'm holding on. I'm holding on. Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it to be going yet. Just 24.
I don't think you have to worry too much.
We'll see.
Definitely. Back to boxing.
Yes, sir.
Now, what weight did you say you're at?
165.
165. Mm-hmm. Do you have to maintain that or get up to that or lose?
I'm usually, right now I'm around 162, 163. So
another guy got to gain a couple pounds.
Yeah, well, yeah, I like to be able to eat. There's nothing in between 152 and 165, so it makes it difficult. Cutting all the way down to 52, I don't have very much fat to lose. So
no, I agree.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to make 65, trying to stay at 65.
Right. Well, it seems like you know what you're doing with that, with the adjustments. Just have a little pasta that day before.
Yeah, pasta, some pancakes in the morning.
Definitely. You can eat a little and enjoy it.
Exactly.
And still be in shape.
Exactly. That's the worst part about boxing, trying to cut weight. Yeah. Sucks.
And all the MMA and all the other ones, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you. I want to thank you for coming on to the show. As a first-time guest, I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Sponsoring those 3 businesses.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank
you will win.
Absolutely.
Take care.
I think film and television in general is a very discouraging industry. It takes a lot of years of pounding the pavement, calling people, finding your ins. You're gonna carry a lot of heavy cable, get dirty a lot, and find your way in. With the limited amount of resources out there and the limited amount of opportunities, there's a fantastic resource right here. And it's public access, it's free of charge. Anybody can come in and gain that experience. Dave absolutely loves to help people, never said no to us growing up. Anything we wanted to do, we were able to do here. The first year I was here, I would just sign on for different projects, like Stump the Students was a show that I worked on quite frequently. It was a game show. We would just come up with our own little ideas, mostly sketches, a lot of school projects, a lot of classes when we'd have to do a project on a story we read or something like that. I would always ask if we could do a video as our project instead, and we would typically do it through Dave. One of my favorite things we did was one of the simplest things we did. It was put together in an afternoon. It was something we wanted to do for fun. We were playing around learning Final Cut Pro, learning how to do linear editing, and we decided to do something in reverse. So we filmed me, actually, I think it was, running around the building out here, jumping off walls backwards, running around backwards, and played the whole thing in reverse. It was really simple, it was, corny, we just did it for fun, but for a couple weeks after that, people kept coming up to me at school like, well, how'd you do that? We were more exposed to our student body than we felt we were, not having an association with any extracurriculars of the school. It was fun to see how, even though we were doing it on our own, it was still making its reach to Bethel Park, and it was still something that we were getting feedback for, positive feedback from. And that was really nice. I would say that BPTV is one of the greatest creative resources this community has, and I would absolutely encourage anyone with any interest in production to come here and learn from Dave and take their ideas and turn them into something. If I hadn't been here at BPTV, I wouldn't have advanced at the rate I did in my industry. I wouldn't have had the passion for my industry nurtured the way it was here. I don't think that I would have pursued it because I don't think I would have had as clear a picture of what was available to me in this industry unless I had come here and gotten that first-hand experience prior to having to make the decisions that you have to make whenever you're graduating from high school. Opportunity really only comes to people who establish a lifestyle to seize it. And this is the kind of place where you can seize an opportunity and change what you want your future to be.
Tell me your name.
Paul Palumbo.
Paul.
Hold on, I got something to say. Hey, disclaimer. This guy's dad is one of the greatest football players I've ever seen. He was the last white running back in Aliquippa history. Paul Palumbo was outstanding.
Like I said in the disclaimer earlier, NFL scout, Steelers scout, scout of high school kids for Gateway, grade school kids for Gateway, nursery school kids for Gateway. He just did it the other day. I think somebody had a baby in the audience, and that baby has to go to Gateway. We just were at Bill Boyce's cookout. Somehow a 7-year-old Logan, no quit to his game, Smoking Jim signed some paper for him to have an address in Monroeville. I mean, it never stops. Sorry about that, Paul. No problem. Let's get to you. How long have you been boxing?
About a year and a half. It's going on 2 years.
What got you interested in it? Tell the truth.
Actually, Rocky. When I was like a little kid, I always used to watch the Rocky movies. That was always my inspiration through boxing.
No, that's great. That's a good reason. I like it. How old are you?
23.
That's not bad. What weight?
178.
178? Yeah. You got to gain a few pounds.
I actually weigh about 172.
Well, then you still got to gain about 6 pounds.
I gotta lose. I gotta go down to like 165.
Oh, do you? Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's a cut.
About a few pounds. I can do it.
Oh, no problem?
Nah, I can do it.
Do you play other sports?
Yeah, I played football and basketball throughout my whole life.
How did you do?
I did good. I got
Western Pennsylvania Championship my senior year. I played for Central Valley.
Congratulations. A lot of great athletes come out of there, I'm finding out.
Yeah, a lot of good athletes.
Yeah, definitely. And did you play in college?
I did play in college. I actually went to Cal State, Cal U.
Smoking Jim loves you so much. The connections don't end.
I went to Cal U, and then I transferred to Clarion, but I didn't finish school.
Oh, things happen. Yeah. And what do you do now?
I'm actually working at a hospital for the security department, and I'm boxing. So it's just those two things right now.
Well, I like the boxing part. Where are you boxing out of?
Tom Yankella's gym in Ambridge.
Are you? What a gym.
It's a great gym. Great gym.
They work you. How'd you and Keontae sneak out?
I don't know. We just had to get out of there.
Well, I know I had asked for the Yankellas to provide a fighter. Jamie Fitch was supposed to show up at one of our shows, and he just couldn't make it. So I think maybe they thought they owed the talking machine a couple boxers. And I'm glad you two were able to make it out for one day. Definitely. Will you go back after this show?
Probably tomorrow. We already worked out today. So.
Okay. This won't be seen till Wednesday, so you're safe. Right. You'll be back in the gym in time. Definitely. Are you excited about Cuba?
Yeah, I am very excited. Actually, I've been training real hard for it. I got a great group of guys with me helping me out. Keontae, Big Chief, Morgan Fitch. I got CC.
Great guys.
Yeah, CC Clark, Ed Lattimore. They're all helping me out. We're all working out together. So.
You got Ed there too.
Yeah, so it's
that's my man.
Training's going real well right now.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I won't worry about you losing the weight then. You'll be fine.
No, I'll be all right. I'll be good.
Okay. That's what I was worried about because July 30th is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up. I'm actually probably going to be fighting in the 178 division, so for that fight in July 30th. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you won't have to watch it too much. No wonder you got it in a bag. You're bagging me on it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for coming up. Good luck in all you do.
Thank you for having me.
And you will win too.
Absolutely.
Just so if people that don't understand, on Pittsburgh Sportsline we got good karma. We've had people that haven't won a fight, people that were winning a lot of fights. They end up winning from being on our show. We pass on good karma to you, so you just keep working hard. You got to work hard, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Work hard.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. All right, we got Frank Fabus with the Joey Fabus Cancer Foundation here, among other things that he does. Please give us some updates, my friend.
Well, I just wanted to get on and give you a real quick reminder that we have opened registrations for the Joey Fabus 5K coming up.
When is it?
September 18th.
Where at?
It's going to be at Bethel Park High School. We also added a 1K for families and children who want to come out and just be a part of it.
Me and Smoking Jim, we can walk the 1K.
You know what? We should have like a match race. You can walk. I mean, it could be a match race walking, but it would be awesome. You know what I'll do? I'll hold a donut at the end of a rope. And,
I'll stop.
you don't eat donuts, huh? You're a health creep.
Yeah, I'll drink green tea. Have green tea at the end.
That's true. Yeah, you promote that.
I'll do that loose leaf green tea weather report.
You know, I started drinking green tea. I feel so much better.
You look much better.
I don't know if it's the green tea, but I have a lot more energy lately after drinking.
It is.
Is that what does it?
It is. Have at least 3-4 cups a day.
Well, I don't drink that much tea, but
I drink 6 to 12.
Wow, that's crazy. But anyways, yeah, registration is open. The sooner you registrate, you save some money. Wait till the last day. It's going to cost you a little bit more. But
what does it cost?
You put me on the spot here.
Okay, we'll cancel that
I'll have
question.
that information at another
All right.
show. But I just wanted to let people know that in Bethel Park, who are huge supporters of us, as you will.
Oh, and others.
And
this
you
is
too.
Yeah, I'll be
you're
there.
one of our biggest supporters. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, the registration's open. You can go online, Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. That'll lead you right to the 5K information.
No, that's good stuff. What other events are going to come up? What are you talking about?
That's all we have right now. Joey's dad got a little bit sick, and it kind of set the foundation back on doing some things. I know Hollywood Lanes has a fundraiser coming up with Steelers alumni, so keep that in mind. we'll have more information about that on the show. I'm sure Al will promote that.
Oh, yeah, we will. I may not be able to be there. I may have another event going on that day.
That's understandable. You're a busy, important person.
Thank you. Just like I didn't tell Smoking Jim, we have family fun night coming up, and then on the 30th, that's the Adios Day. We're having a show then.
I'll be out
So
there.
Smoking Jim will be on the bridge here, and I'll have to man the fort at the Meadows.
I'll be at both places.
You think?
Yeah, I'll be at both with you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta support you guys. You guys are great.
It's a date, guys.
Yep. Anytime I can hear Smoking Jim, it's a treat. It's entertainment in itself.
Is that all you got?
all I have.
Contact Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation.
Yep, and sign up, get your registration. You can get it. Sign up a team. It's a lot of fun. We're going to have some newer people there as far as vendors. It's going to be a great day.
It was a great day last year. It was just unbelievable.
I got to tell you, we were hoping 250, 300 people. We got 850 people registered. So that was awesome.
And we filmed every one of them.
Yeah, you did.
We got them all.
You got them all crossing the finish line.
Definitely.
You wouldn't see me cross that finish line.
Well,
Unless I was driving.
Okay. We'll let you drive.
I get tired driving 5K. What is that?
Get
3
out of here.
miles?
You're getting crazy. You gave all the good information. Get out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sindel, happy birthday. On air.
Thank you guys so much. Today is my actual birthday, just so you guys know. And in case you didn't know, it's 7-Eleven day, so if you guys run to 7-Eleven, for those of you who are not trying to cut weight, you can get a free Slurpee. That's the best part about my birthday.
I heard about that earlier. You know what? I got to stop. Where's the closest 7-Eleven?
I think there's still one on Green Tree Road, but I don't really know.
You didn't get your Slurpee.
No, I didn't get my Slurpee. Sorry, guys, I'm cutting weight, too. So I'll be there on the bridge on the 30th. Unless I win Miss Audios, which is coming up July 23rd, then I'll be at the Audios Day.
No,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, the contest.
Yep,
is a
the
week ahead of
contest.
time.
Yep, it's the week ahead of time.
I saw that. Good luck.
Thank you. So hopefully you guys, if you guys know me from boxing, maybe you guys can come cheer me on for once. I'll be competing in a bikini contest at the Meadows Casino. So it will be my first competition since I lost at the Miss Pennsylvania America pageant. Heart monitor and all possibly. So I might be wearing
Stand up
that.
with the heart monitor.
Oh, you can actually see it in here. And it goes like
Hold it,
literally
wait,
all
we
over.
have to mic you up.
So it goes pretty much all down my chest on each side, and I wear it because I have what's called a mitral valve prolapse. So basically what that means is I have a leaky heart. I have to be very, very careful about what I do and how I exercise, what I eat, what I don't eat. I could be sitting here talking right now, and it could be flaring up, and I keep a little diary of when it flares up, and I have to wear this pretty much every 3 months for about 3 to 4 days, depending on what happens. So, it's pretty important. I'm really into heart health awareness. So you guys have seen me a lot at boxing events talking about how important I think boxing is to the community and to kids because it's one of the best things you can do for your heart. We're leading up to possibly getting more information about concussions because that's my number one concern with boxing is getting concussions and making sure that you guys are really healthy about that. So just know that most of you guys in the audience are pretty heart healthy because you guys are doing boxing. But if you guys ever want more information about how to be even more heart healthy, just reach out to me and find out because that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Tell them how to get a hold of you. Sit down.
Let me sit down now. So if you guys don't know, my first name is Sindel Taylor. It's Sindel Taylor. You guys can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Sindel PGH is my name, or you can type in Mrs. Allegheny County, and you'll find me that way.
You'll see her smiling face everywhere.
Yeah, you'll see me everywhere. I was just in the parade. I actually got to ride in a DeLorean, too.
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Nice. It's so low down.
It's really low. I didn't know how I was going to get out of it. And the mystery machine, which was really cool, too. And then got to meet a whole bunch of cool people at the parade. It was really, really fun. I was this close to the cup. Did you guys see the cup yet? I almost got out of my car to touch the cup. But then I thought I was going to get arrested for getting out of the parade car. So I didn't do that. But it was really, really cool to see it like that close to me and get a picture with Steely McBeam and the Pittsburgh Penguin and all kinds of cool stuff. So it was really fun to be in the parade this past weekend.
Well, I'm glad we had time for you. It's an honor to have you on. I wish you good luck in
Thank
your
you.
latest venture with Adios Day.
Thank you.
So you take care.
You too. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Rather than just reading about history, why not see history in action? Perhaps no historical event that took place in western Pennsylvania has any more importance than the Whiskey Rebellion. Visit the Oliver Miller Homestead on Sunday, July 17th from 1:30 to 4:30 to learn why this event occurred, its importance in our history, and its outcome. Western Pennsylvania farmers in the late 18th century had little of value to sell back east to be able to purchase their needs, but their whiskey was the best. Monongahela rye became a prized purchase. When the federal government passed a tax on their whiskey, revenue agents came west to impose the writs that demanded the payment of this tax. William Miller, son of Oliver, resisted paying this tax or registering his still in far-off Philadelphia. Not only he, but nearby workers vigorously resisted the paying of the tax and reacted with marches, firing of rifles, and great anger toward the government. The situation escalated into occasional acts of violence and even more angry marches by the rebels. Learn more about these events and their outcome in a series of skits that will begin at 2:30 on the grounds. Admission to this special event is only $2. Learn more about this and our other events at www.olivermillerhomestead.org.
We got a few minutes to talk, and I just wondered, what are your thoughts about announcing the fights? That's got to be awesome. I know you teased us a little bit at the beginning.
You know what? It's a tremendous honor. Like I said, it's probably the greatest honor of my lifetime. I really believe, and we said this 5-6 years ago, that there is so much boxing history in Pittsburgh. There's so much talent now. These young guys coming up, they're going to be world champions, and this is the first step. Fighting Ireland, going to other countries.
Donnybrook each year.
Yeah, learning over in Cuba, and what an opportunity for USS Cunningham to work with some of these young guys. They're in the best hands, and the Yankelos, that's my man, Tommy Yankelo, and the greatest fighter of all time in southwestern Pennsylvania history for Quan to show Kimborough. He put this area on the map.
Yeah, and there's a resurgence in boxing. You can see it with Golden Gloves. We got men, women, young girls are fighting, young guys. It's just awesome to see the resurgence of boxing in the area. We remember back in the 70s and 80s, Zook does the different boxing through the area where you'd have thousands there. So we want to see it come back. I'm proud of all you guys. I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks to Rich Donnelly for getting this together. And we're going to take some photos, take a group photo of all of you here being on our show. So thanks. That's it. Stay Joey strong.